Hello, sir.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Vanshika Nehra, core committee member of Mozilla Firefox Club VIT. And today in the session of ML Marvel, No Way Human, we have with us Mr. Krish Naik, who is a founder of iNeuron.ai, a renowned YouTuber, and also having experience in Panasonic, EY, and Honeywell. He's here with us to burst all our doubts relating machine learning and to give us a clear roadmap to how to become a good machine learning engineer. On behalf of Mozilla Firefox Club, we welcome you, sir, and we are really honored to have you here today.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind introduction and all. So I'd be happy to help everyone over here. So we can pick up questions and quickly, answer most of the queries that people have.
Yes, sir. So, first of all, if we begin, I would like to know what are your experiences, what are your hurdles, like how have you been here, being such a good machine learning engineer?
Okay. So the thing is that I started my career in the IT industry in 2011, and then probably initially I joined as a software engineer. But again, was not getting interesting work altogether. Was always looking for some quality work. Finally, got to know about AI, and then started working on it. The first project that I actually did was just by mistake. Never knew that what I was actually doing. So finally, we did it, and after probably 2 to 3 months, we got to know that okay, we have developed an AI application. So after that, the curiosity increased and probably started working onto it. Probably in one or 2 months, then I was able to make a successful career transition into data science, and then probably working in the industry for 3 to 4 years, and then probably starting the YouTube channel, wherein I was able to upload videos with the proper guidance, like how you can become a data science or machine learning engineer itself. So all these things just went in that particular way. The main reason of the YouTube channel was that again, people should not find out any difficulties while they are preparing, because whatever difficulties I was actually facing was, I really not want anybody to face it. So that was the main purpose of opening the YouTube channel.
Yes, sir, obviously. And also, sir, in your time, I don't think there were many YouTube channels relating machine learning because now we have you, like, personally, if I say I'm a big fan of yours, sir. So, yeah, thank you so much for those videos. So now let's
So,
start. So now let's start and dive into the roadmap for machine learning. So you can guide all our viewers, all our participants that what should be the roadmap, how should we go ahead and do all the machine learning stuffs.
so just understand that learning machine learning, you can do it parallelly while doing your work, while doing your studies and all, right? So it is more like a practice thing, So I think I've seen people who have made successful career transition within 2 months, also within 1 month also. So coming to the entire roadmap, so first of all, the programming language, one programming language is actually required. I would suggest everybody to follow Python, for a longer term. So nowadays companies are using Python for a lot of purpose, different purpose. Yeah, there are also other programming languages like R and Java, but still I'll suggest go with Python if you really want to become a good data scientist altogether. And the thing is that you really need to understand, know, practice a lot of things in Python, probably develop that logic building capability and all. So once you do that, I think you'll be able to do a great deal of things. Then coming to the next thing, in machine learning, you require maths, you require statistics, and all. So maths and statistics should not be studied separately. It should be studied as you are doing and you're solving problems, you're learning machine learning algorithms and all. Because maths are quite huge, so it is never ending thing. So it's quite huge. The thing is that you cannot learn it separately. You cannot learn statistics separately. Yes, there are some of the important topics that you really need to cover it beforehand. But what I did with respect to my preparation was that I always took all these topics when I was when I was learning machine learning algorithms. That is the best way to do something, and solving problems, obviously real world problems. So don't spend separate amount of time for stats and all, but instead take up machine learning algorithm, start solving problems, and there wherever you find something new things in maths and all, then try to understand why it is basically used. By that specifically, you'll be able to relate the maths topic with the real world scenario over there, and then only you'll get to know, okay, now this is the thing. Because when I was in my 12th standard, 11th standard, no idea why derivative was being used, why integration was being used, why exactly linear algebra, what was this equation actually specifying. But when I started learning machine learning and then I got to know about the maths over there, then I was able to relate it. That many people will find the difference over there. So you should be basically learning in a reverse engineering approach. First, take up the problem statement, try to put whatever statistical concepts you want to put over there, try to put machine learning concepts, try to learn from maths, whatever maths is involved over there. And obviously with the coding, you'll be able to complete it.
Yes.
In machine learning, it's just not about maths. There are many more things that is involved. In deep learning, you really need to be good at maths because the neural networks over there that is actually there completely
Yes.
deals with a lot of things with respect to maths. Then if I go with respect to deployment, because machine learning algorithm is all about maths, deep learning algorithm is all about maths. Practical implementation you have to do with Python. There are so many amazing open source libraries. In deep learning, you have TensorFlow, PyTorch, and all. So you need to get hands-on with that. And one thing I'll suggest for everyone to start, you really need to solve as many as end-to-end projects from various domains. If you're able to do that, trust me, you will be able to make that entry very much soon. Because the real reason is that in real world scenario, when you're working in project, the problem statement that you're seeing it right now will be completely different. You have to think about like how you have to basically solve it.
Yes.
So all these things you have to follow the strategies. Sure.
Yes. Yes, that's correct. Sir, anything else you want to say about the roadmap?
Yeah.
Then we'll
So
jump to the Q&A session.
yeah.
Yes.
So probably now there are a lot of materials available in the internet completely entirely for free. There's my YouTube channel. Many more YouTube channels have now come up who are putting some amazing content. So once you have started solving end-to-end projects for multiple domains, also make sure that you also learn about deployment techniques.
Hmm.
Uh, Focus more on creating an end-to-end application than on just creating machine learning models, which will be of no use because what I think right now, machine learning work or machine learning projects work is just not about um, developing the models. Instead, it's creating an AI model that can be integrated with some kind of products. Okay, so those products like Netflix is a altogether end-to-end product, and over there you have some of the AI models, the recommendation system and all. So the main focus should be to create an end-to-end project as many as possible, and probably make sure that you try to put all those information in your GitHub, whatever you have actually studied, and participate in hackathon, Kaggle. So that should be a part to basically increase your knowledge. So in
Yes.
short, yes, all these things you actually have to do for that purpose.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Because when we know ML, we also want to know how to deploy our product which we have made. Yes, sir, that's
Yes,
correct. So, so should we jump to the Q&A session? Because
sure,
we
sure,
have some questions
sure,
also, and some people also have put their questions in the chat.
sure,
So,
sure,
first
sure.
of all, the first question that almost every one of us have is that for starting ML, should we only focus on Python? Because you said that Python is a preferable language, but should we only focus to Python or should we keep jumping to other languages also and get to know what they have, what we should do?
See, they are programming language like C++ is also there. Probably if you go in companies like Nvidia and all, if you get hired over there, probably you have to use C++ and all. But what I think is that for most of the roles that are now available in the industry, I think Python will be more than it'll be more than sufficient. Sure. That is the reason.
Also, sir,
So
plus as industry level, if we see, so is Python good for the industrial purpose or just for learning? Is it good?
no. Python is really good for the industrial purpose. The reason is that because not only one or two companies are now investing in Python, since it is an open source, they provide a lot of donations. Google also provides it. Facebook, many more companies does it, to support that particular programming language. The reason they are doing it because they really want to use it for various purposes. And in the industry, I've seen they've used Python. They're using Python extensively from past 2 to 3 years. Before, yes, Java was there, .NET was there. So Python is definitely taking up now.
Okay. So also, sir, Python is easy to understand. So yeah, it's good. Okay, so
Yes.
next question I have is should we have DSA knowledge for machine learning, or it's like we should completely go with maths and statistics?
So the thing is that with DSA, many people have asked me, should we probably be doing a lot of DSA and all. So DSA algorithms will actually help you to become a good programmer. Okay, focus on if you really want to build your logic building, definitely DSA and programming you have to do in your early stages. Uh, Probably I'll not say that DSA and algorithm, with the help of DSA and algorithm, you can become a data scientist. No, I'd not say like that because DSA and algorithm is mostly used to clear your first round in probably product-based companies and all. Okay. I have never focused on DSA algorithms till now, but still, the knowledge that I have writing programs and all. It is basically to focus more on logic building. Okay, so I have never focused on that unless and until the first round was a written test and all. So probably I used to prepare for some of the linked list, SQs and all.
Yes.
So those kind of data structures algorithm just to create the round. Probably till now, I'd suggest that Q and all also I've just used sometimes while writing some kind of Python programming. That's it. But it is
Okay.
good. I'm not saying that it is bad. It is good to build your logic building.
Yes, sir, absolutely correct. Sir, we have a question in the chat asked by Ankur. So, can you comment on quantum computing in AI domain?
So
Quantum
quantum
computing.
computing. So
Yes.
quantum computing is the emerging technology that may be coming in the further days. Probably it is going to become very much famous in the upcoming 5 years. Uh, because of the technological advancements, cost of the hardware that are coming down, right? Everybody probably wants to, do their jobs. Jobs basically means the type of work that they are doing in a faster pace itself. So obviously, quantum computing may be used probably for pre-processing the data in the future way. Like the technology will be completely changed with respect to processing and digesting the data itself. So that time it will definitely be getting used. Still, a lot of research are going on, and probably in the upcoming 1 or 2 years, it may have a amazing impact in our life.
Yes, sir. Okay. So, sir, we have another question from Rajan. So, is it necessary to have a computer background or degree to become a computer scientist or an analyst?
No, not necessary because I'd suggest that in my career, I've seen so many people who are from completely different background, not from even engineering background also, who have worked along with me. So I don't think so. That is actually required altogether. A person, the most important thing in a person is domain knowledge. So if he's having a specific domain knowledge, he can get into this particular industry, utilize the knowledge that he has. That is the major thing that people is required nowadays.
Yes, sir. Yes, okay. So, sir, what do you think? Which industry is mostly benefited with ML? Because we have so many
So
industries right now. So, which one is the
no, no.
most benefited?
See, I'd suggest that there are many industries as such, but I'll not specifically talk about one or two because every industry is getting benefited from it. And probably as per Gartner survey, they have told that in the upcoming 5 years, more than 25% of the industry from different domain are going to use AI ML, right? So the major industry still, which I will say right now, that is very much beneficial for the humanity is healthcare industry. You know, they're able to develop many things. Elon Musk doing such an amazing work in different things, right, to help people who are having physical disability and all. So healthcare, I think, will be the one. And everybody wants to earn money and all, so they are different domain altogether. But healthcare, you cannot just think about earning money, but also helping people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sure. Okay, so sir, Sahana has asked that she has 4 year experience in teaching mathematics for PU College. Now she wants transformation to data science. So what would you suggest to her?
Yeah. So with respect to teaching, I've seen some people who are still teaching in the colleges and all. They were also able to make successful career transition. They were students, but recently done it. They were experienced teachers around 4 to 5 years in the industry itself. They were in the college itself. So yes, it is possible. It's all that probably you have to do something. Probably in a group you have to do something. Come up with some interesting projects. Update your resume in that specific way. Right now in your college, whatever things you are actually doing, make sure that you make it more interesting to showcase to the recruiter.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Sir, if I talk about the placements, so what do you think? ML has good opportunities for placements, or it's that it's something not acceptable by the society and industry?
No, 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 no. It is nothing like that. See, there are a lot of opportunities. It's the thing that you just have to prove them. You know, you can do this. If you're able to prove them, anybody will give the job. You know, like you come to iNeuron, you say that okay, I can do this. Is there any requirement? Definitely, you showcase that specific work. I don't think so. Like just by taking one round of interview, you can hire. So it is something like that.
Yes, sir. Okay. So basically, if I talk about the language again, so in the placements, Python is good for us, or should we jump to other?
See that is the reason that doing placements also the first round, whatever will be coming, it will be coming with respect to mostly data structure and algorithm. For that, you can use any kind of programming language. It may be Python, other and all. Again, the main aim is just to see that how you write the logic of the code. That's it.
Okay, okay, sir. Also, sir, many people have this doubt that should we go only to the Python libraries that we have, or should we know the basic behind the every algorithm, the math behind the every algorithm? Because for like,
Uh,
if I talk about linear regression, logistic regression, we have sklearn library, and then we have particular functions for that. So just go with them, or should we have the basic knowledge also?
See, these algorithms are built up with a lot of difficulty. So what I'd suggest is that complete up the theoretical understanding of that algorithm, how that algorithm performs, the understanding of the algorithm, how you can tweak the parameters of that. And definitely, I would suggest use the library itself for coding purpose because understand these algorithms are all open source and these are used definitely to create to solve problems that are available in the business right now. I not suggest you to write the code again from scratch instead of wasting time. The reason why this algorithm are available because it is to just prevent you from wasting your time itself to write from scratch.
Okay, so sir, if I go and dive into the basic of it, it will obviously improve my knowledge. So don't you think I should also do that because it will help me in the future run also?
See, that I am telling you know, if you have time, definitely go for it. Nowadays, people do not have time. They just say
Yes,
that okay, I want to make a successful career transition in 2 months, and you will probably be taking 1 month just to write the code from scratch. So it's your
yes, sir,
choice.
that's true. That's true. Sir, also some people have confusion relating to artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning. So it would be nice if you clear them. What's the difference between them?
See, at the end of the day, whatever you are doing, whether in machine learning field, deep learning field, or data science field, at the end of the day, you are creating an AI application. So if I take one example, Netflix is an AI application. Okay, Netflix, why it is an AI application? Because it is an application which can perform its own task without any human intervention. Okay, so that basically means it has some integrated AI modules into it. How that AI module is basically created, may be created using machine learning or deep learning techniques. It may be right, and probably if I talk about the difference between AI versus ML versus DL and data science, AI altogether is the outer circle. Just understand that it is a parent of everything. Now, if I talk about machine learning, it is a subset of AI. Okay, so mostly ML provides you stats tools to perform a lot of tasks like analyzing, visualizing, forecasting, solving supervised use cases, predicting models, and many more things. And similarly, deep learning was completely created for another reason. That is basically to mimic human brain, like how human perform this activity. Similarly, can we make the machine perform the activities like that? So that is the reason why deep learning had actually come. And that is the reason why neural networks work. Right? They try to mimic the entire human brain itself. So based on that, the work is there. A data scientist, like if you call yourself a data scientist, you have to probably work in machine learning, deep learning. You have to probably work in computer vision, NLP. So there is no such option. That is the reason why data scientist profile is very much amazing. So you get very nicely paid because that many tasks will definitely come to you. You cannot say that tomorrow, I know I don't know NLP. No, you cannot say that as a data scientist. But at the end of the day, you are actually creating an AI application.
Okay, sir. So, sir, what's the difference between data scientist and data analyst? Because I don't think that they are same. They must be different.
Data analyst is just restricted towards analyzing the data, probably creating some amazing visualization reports by using some business intelligence tool and giving it to the stakeholder. And they will probably, like suppose the company wants to open a new, suppose I'll say, a bank wants to open a new ATM machine probably in this particular location. So what the data analyst will do, they'll try to analyze the data, the transaction that is made from that particular location, how many people are visiting that particular area, what is the surrounding people, how many number of people will be there, and based on that they'll try to create some reports and give it to the stakeholder, and their observation they'll give, yes, it is good to go and open that particular ATM location or machine over there. Now data analyst work is mostly till there. Okay, but if I consider data scientist, they will be doing future forecasting, predictions with respect to the data that they actually have. So those kind of problems they'll try to solve it. And a data scientist can do a data analyst work, but a data analyst cannot do a data scientist work. So the first phase for non-technical people, what they do is that we suggest them to first of all become a data analyst and then probably switch to data science.
Yes, sir. Okay. So, sir, there's a doubt from Rishikesh that my domain is cloud infrastructure, but I'm also preparing for data science. So, how to get a transition in data science from cloud infrastructure?
See, if you have the cloud knowledge, I would suggest that you use it as a data scientist because cloud will also be required at some or the other way, in the later stages. So definitely use that particular technique also for deployment techniques to learn something, probably to create something and all. So I'd suggest don't make a compulsory switch as such. Yes, you can definitely make a switch, but always try to utilize that specific knowledge. The thing is that all you have to do is that learn data science techniques altogether from programming language till the deployment itself. That's it.
Yes, sir. Okay. So, sir, there's one more doubt. Like, I am a non-commerce background, so how can I build my career in data analytics? Because it's the same kind of, but the domain is different. So, anything about that?
See, for a non-technical people, the thing is that focus on your domain knowledge. Okay, whatever domain you are in. Okay, and based on that particular domain knowledge, try to learn data science or data analyst things. Okay, you always, whenever you're picking a use case, make sure that you pick up use case that is related to your domain. In that specific way, your learning will be quite good. You'll be able to showcase why you're doing this and all, right? And your learning will also be fast. So that is the reason why I'm actually telling you to do in that specific way. And a non-technical, non-commerce, even from arts background, anything. The thing is, the plan is very much simple for everyone. Only the thing is about the timeline. Because a person from non-technical, non-programming background may take a little bit more time when compared to the person who is from technical background because they probably know programming or something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. True. So, sir, like if we talk about machine learning, some people kind of get bored doing that. So, how can we keep ourselves motivated for that?
See, what I would suggest is that as you are studying, start earning also. Okay, there will be a lot of teaching opportunities. Join that. Probably many people will try to forget things. Okay, many people will try to forget different things. Okay, when they are studying. So my suggestion is that always try to learn in such a way that probably participate in casual competition because there you have prize money. Try to make a group. Try to participate in hackathons. try to motivate or keep your motivation level through that specific way. And by that way, I think everybody will be that in that learning pattern itself. So don't always remember your final goal, what you are actually looking at.
Yes, sir. Also, sir, that motivation is compulsory. So we need to develop our interest also in that. With interest, we can only be good with it. Okay, so
Yes.
sir,
Yeah.
if, for example, I am doing machine learning and I want to jump to deep learning, so what would you suggest? How should I give a jump?
Jump to machine learning, you're saying? Switch to machine learning, you're saying?
From machine learning to deep learning.
Machine learning to deep learning is nothing. But see, after machine learning, don't keep quite over there. You have to learn deep learning anyhow. No, the deep learning has a different plan altogether. Like start with ANN, CNN, RNN. Probably you go along with understanding about uh, object detection. Probably learning different library frameworks like PyTorch, TensorFlow, all those things. And don't think that after machine learning you'll just keep quiet. No, you have to complete deep learning because nowadays industry wants both. They're looking at both. They're looking at both the technologies altogether.
Okay, so sir, in deep learning, we should go with TensorFlow, PyTorch. Other than this, what should we focus on?
Only one of the libraries more than sufficient because with the help of
Okay.
that you'll be able to do everything. So ANN, CNN, RNN, LSTM, RNN, transformers, BERT, object detection like you have different object detection techniques like RCNN, faster RCNN and all. So now there are a lot of advancement that are happening in that too. So you have to complete all those things. Probably implement a lot of end-to-end projects. In deep learning, you'll be able to create a lot of projects itself. There are a lot of projects available in Kaggle which you can actually develop as an end-to-end project.
So you've talked about Kaggle. So besides Kaggle, what are the other sites where we can find our data sets?
Same, even my company like iNeuron, they come up with hackathons. You know, there are public data sets available from the government website, both from US, India government websites. That also you can actually use. Probably you can refer a lot of research papers. They'll provide you the data set that they have actually taken, labeled it, and stored it somewhere. So all those things are definitely there.
Okay, sir, got it. So sir, someone in the chat has asked, can you comment on MLOps?
MLOps is something that is a combination of DevOps plus AI ops. So it's just like you're creating a CI/CD pipeline whenever you're developing this machine learning or deep learning project itself, right? So it is a continuous process. A lot of things in scope, with respect to different kind of jobs. So definitely this I'd suggest that to learn AI ops and ML ops at the end when you have actually completed machine learning and deep learning. And yes, it has a very good like a very good future altogether in that specific kind of jobs. They have a lot of requirements on that.
Yes, sir. So, sir, if we talk about jobs, because machine learners have different jobs and deep learners have different jobs. So, which domain should we focus on? Machine learning or deep learning? Or should we go
I
with
would
both,
suggest both,
having
both,
knowledge of
both,
both?
both, 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 both. But domain is completely different. Domain basically means it may be in
Okay.
finance, it may be in NLP, it may be in computer vision, it may be different domains, right? But both is required nowadays.
Yes, sir. Okay. So, sir, if I talk about the integration part with all the like our ML model integration with whole of the project, so what would you suggest should we go for? How should we like integrate them?
Okay, so the thing is that whenever you want to go with that, always make sure that you learn some of the frameworks. Like since you're building it in Python, I'd suggest to learn Python frameworks like Flask, Django, and all, and probably create APIs, expose it to the any kind of application that is developed probably in Java, .NET, whatever things. I'd suggest Flask and Django are pretty much famous in this kind. There is one more framework which is called as Fast API. You can also use that. It is very much faster when compared to the others. One more framework if you want, Streamlit. Streamlit is another different framework altogether to create APIs itself. So all these frameworks can be used for doing the integration.
Okay. So say if I talk about resume building, so what should we keep our things at the top, like our projects or what all certifications we got? Like how should we build our resume if we are going to a data science company?
See, resume should be something like this. For a fresher, the resume should focus more on see every resume should have end-to-end project, meaningful projects, not just writing Titanic data set and all in that particular project itself. You know, but it would be good if a fresher actually has internship experience. That would really matter a lot, for the interviewer. Because see, interviewer, what they are actually looking at, they are looking at people who are at least little bit knowledgeable with respect to the data science things that they may have probably done something in the company. So if that is there, probably they can design the resume, focus on writing properly about the end-to-end projects, focus on writing the goal, aim of the project, what was the outcome of the project, and probably after that the skill sets, whatever skill sets that you have actually used in that particular project, that should also be written. By that specific way, a resume will always look in a very good manner to the recruiter itself.
Yes, okay. So Sir Sri Balaji has asked that would you suggest some good books for ML that we should study?
See, there are many books available as such. I think one book I think everybody knows. I think it is Machine Learning with TensorFlow. It is by O'Reilly. So you can take up that specific book for learning purpose itself. I've also used that book in short.
Yes, okay. So Sir Priyanka has asked, like there are hackathons, so similar to that, there are datathons. So would you suggest some sites to search some datathon competitions?
See, yesterday only in my video I had announced about one GPU AI hackathon from NVIDIA itself. I think they can participate in that. That also has a prize money of somewhere around 5 lakh rupees INR. I think Analytics Vidya also come up with this kind of data thons. And apart from that, again, it is all about search. Someone will be posting in the LinkedIn or Twitter. Just they have to be focused more into looking that specific information.
Yes. So there's one doubt that I'm good with problem solving, but the great project, so can I get a good package? Probably a fourth year.
See, the thing is that don't worry about the package right now when you're just starting your career. When I first time joined in the industry, my salary was 20,000. Now, so when you are starting, obviously don't focus more on those things. Focus more on the work that you're getting, because after a couple of years, you'll only be not knowing like how much package you'll be getting. So that would be my suggestion.
Okay, sir. So, sir, can you comment on calculation or feasibility on ML models from industrial view, kind of?
Feasibility of?
Feasibility of ML models. Like we make the models, so are they feasible to make in the industry, or like we face great hurdles making them? Because at industrial level, probably they'll be at huge scale. So, what do you comment on it?
Say they say that more than 80% of the projects fail in machine learning or deep learning. The reason is that probably that model may not be able to do a proper prediction and all. So if I talk about the difficulties or the hurdles that is faced, probably you don't get proper data to build the model itself. You get a really messy data. You don't get a clean data altogether. So we have to really put a lot of efforts in preparing that specific data. If that data by luck is properly prepared, then obviously the model will definitely work. And of the entire project, more than 30% of the time is actually spent in preparing that specific data itself. okay, and how much data you actually have, uh, how much from which all resources, or which all resources you are actually using the data, all those things will count. If it is good, I think then definitely it will work. To create the model scalable and all, now it is not a bigger problem because you have some amazing clouds that are available, like AWS, Azure, and all. Uh, I think scalability factor will not worry about, but creating the entire architecture, inferencing that specific model may be a challenge, because probably if a model is very big, to do the inferencing part, it may take more time. So it depends. So what kind of techniques or frameworks you actually use.
Yes, sir. Okay. So, sir, I think enough of Q&A right now. So, we were going through your Insta handle, sir, and we got to know that you play guitar as well. So, sir, how do you manage your hobbies with your work?
It's like hobbies and all. See, the thing is that whenever I sit on doing any kind of work, I'm pretty much focused on that particular work. I'm not absent-minded or half-minded in that specific work. So when I'm pretty much focused on that work, within that specific time frame, I'll be able to complete the work. That is the thing that probably if I'm sitting and having my food, I'll focus on having my food. If I'm sitting and focusing on studying, I'll probably focus on that. If I'm planning to make a video, I'll completely focus on that. So if you are able to plan your day entirely like this, I think you'll be able to do everything in your life.
Yes, sir. Okay, okay, great. So, sir, as an ending note, you would like to say anything to all our viewers and participants?
The thing is that there will be many people who will be telling you, no, 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 you cannot enter into data science, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. So that mentality is something called a scrap mentality. Okay. So what they say that if I cannot do it, you cannot do it. Okay. So don't worry about all those things. Always have your goal in your mind. Focus on that. Forget about what people are saying. Stay nearby positive people instead of negative saying people itself. There'll be a lot of people who will try to demotivate you, but just stay away from that. That will be of no use. And trust one thing, that everything is possible in life. Everybody can do everything in them. So if you are always with this mindset, trust me, your life will never be having any difficulty.
Yes, sir, absolutely correct. So, sir, thank you so much for being with here today and helping us to give an overview about how to become a good machine learning engineer. It was great time having you, and I'm really intrigued after listening to you, and I'm pretty sure all our viewers are now high on pitch after following your insights. So, last but not the least, on behalf of MFCBIT, I extend my heartiest thanks to you and to all our participants for being with us here and making this session so much interactive and productive. In the end, I would like to say that just stay connected with us in this ML Marvel series because there's many more to come for you. Yeah. Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys.
Yeah, bye.